What's going on, guys? Connor here, back at you with another trade to recap my $500 challenge. So if you're not familiar, this is an account that I have $500 in, trying to grow it to $1,000. I'll show you how you can do that. We've had kind of a rough start. I want to say a rough start. We've kind of had a rocky last week and a rough start to this week, which really isn't helping that cause. But as always, we got to go into all the winning and all the losing trades so everybody can get a better idea of how to learn to trade and trade better. So right now we're looking at FLKS on my screen. Follow my cursor. This thing was kind of just trickling up all day long, making higher lows. So it was pretty strong, you know. Definitely strong. Okay, and what I ended up doing was trading the opening range, and I got in a little late. If I were to get in sooner, I probably would have took my profits when I had them. So there was a little bit of greed that played into this, and the fact that I have seen stocks like this before go through pullback phases and then just keep running up all day. So that's what I was anticipating or kind of going off of. So I did have a plan going into the trade. And what I could have done better was basically take my profit when I had it, get in my trade a little bit sooner. So the things that I could have done better on this trade were A, to get in right about where I have this white line drawn, which was the $5 mark. I should have been somewhere around the $5 mark. I ended up chasing it a little bit, getting in at 5.18, which in my case was okay because we went up to 5.39, and I just made 20 cents a share in the matter of seconds, and I should have been taking that profit. 20 cents a share is pretty big on a day trade, especially if you have enough share size, you'll make a pretty substantial amount of money. So things I could have done better were getting in at about this white line, which is the $5 mark, riding it up on this candle, selling out close to 5.39. That's what I really should have done. Secondly, I got in a little late at 5.18. I didn't sell on the high of this candle. And then as soon as these ones turned red, I still didn't take my profit, and I was hoping to see a pullback and then run again. That didn't happen, so I exercised proper, risk management at this point. Once the pullback failed, I waited to see if we were going to break through the 9 moving average. Once we broke through the 9 moving average, the stock continued to sell down, or right here, sorry. Once we broke through the 9, the stock continued to sell down, and I went ahead and closed my position because there's been a handful of trades this week and last week that I should have made much more money on, but I, for whatever reason, got a little nervous and sold right on support, and then later to find the stock explodes right after. So this was one where I was not going to make that mistake. So I'm pretty, I'm done better as far as not selling on support this week. And that's one thing. You never want to sell a stock when it's sitting right on its support line. And that's what happened to me twice last week, and I missed really big movers. So this week, I made it clear to myself not to make that same mistake, and I didn't. I waited till it broke support, and then I went ahead and sold out. So all in all, I lost about $20 on the trade, so I'm not super frustrated. I'm actually, completely fine with that because I practiced proper risk management. Yes, I could have taken profits when I had it, and I didn't. So let's go over that a little bit more. Let me draw some arrows for you guys and show you exactly where I got into my trade, where I got out. So really, I got in right about here. I should have sold on the top of this candle, and then I ended up closing my position right in there. If you can see where I drew those arrows, do a couple of them, right in about there. So that was my trade. Okay, I got in here, and then I ended up selling out right inside here for about a $20 loss on the day. And that's okay because, like I said, I did what I really should have done, but I just didn't take profits when I had them, and that caused me to lose a little bit of money. And so if we're going to go ahead and jump in to the profit today, so we ended up losing a little bit more than I would have liked to, 3.46%. So we lost about 4% today, losing $20. Usually I like to stop it out at about 2%. I gave this one a little bit more room today just because of the way the chart looked in the beginning. It was trending very nicely. So it is what it is. That wraps up another trade. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into making another video, guys, on how to trade the opening range. I think that's going to be really beneficial for you because if you were to trade the opening range on this guy and get in at the right time like I should have at about $5, you essentially could have made... Oh, let me get my other drawing tool. You essentially could have made from the $5 mark up to the 5.39 mark about a 6% move just learning to trade the opening range. I was in a little late and got a little greedy, but mistake is a mistake, and we always learn from them. So I hope you guys liked the video, and as always, please like and subscribe. And if you're not already, join the Tech Buds group on Facebook. one of the best stock trading groups to be a part of because it has so many people and there's so much information coming into the chat that you're gonna learn something. Okay, so happy trading, guys.